Now I don't know about you, but I'm dying to see what's actually inside these things. I want to pull them both apart and take a look at the guts. But seeing as this is not my tool, I better contact the owner of this tool in case they're not up for the idea. So I'll send him an email, see if he's happy for me to pull this apart. Permission granted. Right, which one do you want to see inside first? Yell it out now. I knew it was going to be that one. Okay, let's take a wee look-see here. Hopefully I've removed all the screws. Well, that's a bit annoying. Man, there's a lot of wires going on there for something as simple as a blower. Everything's overcomplicated these days, isn't it? But that's because we've got the multiple speeds and everything in this one. The other one might not be quite so complicated. Let's take a look. It comes off a lot easier. Alright, there we go. Not quite as pretty as a Makita. The boards on Makitas are nicely potted there. Very well done. This just looks like somebody got a tube of silicon after the fact and went bonkers. Nice to see here on the HiKOKI that we have a fuse. We've got a 40 amp car fuse there. So if anything goes wrong with this tool and you've got it, open her up, check that first. Might just be able to cut that off, chuck a new fuse on, and away you go again. I've had that happen with a Makita impact driver, as some of you will have seen the video of. Stay there, you. Is there a fuse in the Makita? Geez, it's a bit hard to tell. There's so much going on. What's hidden down the back of there? No fuse visible anywhere down here on the Makita. The Makita's got an Omron switch with a couple of connections that aren't even being used there. This one is a Jiben. Not quite as well known name, I don't think. Now we have a basic look here. The air is all coming out this tiny little hole here. Now we're in shot. This is rubbery. And the air is... wow, how's it even getting around there? I mean, it's such a small space. Don't take too much out. So there's the end of this fan unit with a bit of a filter on there. That's it. Just that tiny little fan inside there with the motor and everything, the brushless motor and the fan. Where's the fan? I'm glad you can take this out. I was beginning to think it was glued in there. It's annoying that you have to take the whole tool apart if you want to sort of give that a decent clean out. Now, I told Robert I wouldn't pull this apart too much, so let's just be careful here. That pops off easy. And yeah, there's the impeller going around the outside of there. Tiny little thing. Wow. And it's going to blow out that there. We'll just put a battery on it if we can. The air seems to be coming from pretty much everywhere, and not out of that rubbery bit there at all, but coming out around here. Such a small area for it to come around. Very simple really, eh? And the Makita looks to be a big sealed unit here too. So there's our impeller, which doesn't even want to move. Huh, can't even see anything moving. So the air must be getting sucked in that hole there, and maybe around the outside. And didn't even see anything turning in there. Obviously it was. If we look inside the Makita, can you see that? Doesn't look like it's coming up on the camera. Oh, about that position there, eh? There's quite a big void in there, and you can see another circuit board. So the fan must be behind that. It must travel around the outside of that circuit board and funnel out through the front. But it's a little hard to tell. I guess I could remove those screws. Take a look inside there. How far do I want to go with this thing? I'm not going to go any further with this one because, yeah, I don't want to stuff someone else's tool, especially when he's got to get it from Japan if anything goes wrong with it. So let's have a look at this one. If you blow out holes in concrete with this thing, as I have done, and you don't have a HEPA filter on the back, it will fill up with shit. So let's take a wee look-see here. It's like another unit inside a unit. Wow, you still can't see. Fan's got to be in here. The bit where I initially thought it was, but couldn't see it turning. Screwdriver. Where's a flathead screwdriver? Oh, what's that? Get the old chainsaw one out here. So, I suppose I should pull the battery back off so I don't fry myself or something. Don't want this to turn into one of those channels though, eh? You know the one. Come on, off you come, you bastard. Voila! There she is. Wow, look at all the... It's amazing how much blowage they get out of such a tiny little unit. You can see a couple of balancing scoops being taken out of it. Down here, here and here. But there's also like braille on the top surface here. This is aluminium, it's not plastic. You can see a lot of crap on the fins inside there. How close can we get here? You see those dots? We've got 3 dots all the way around. It's sort of radiating concentric circle type setup. And on the inside there, if you can see, the fins are caked with a lot of shit, particularly at the bottom of the fin there. So that's our tiny, look how thin it is. And that puts out so much air for the size of it. Which all gets funneled down through here and just around all this electrical part here. So you don't want to be sucking in any water or large chunks of anything, because you could easily just send something careering into this circuit board and damage it irreparably. The board has been coated to try with a bit of silicone there, front and back, over all the important bits, so that any moisture should not get in there, hopefully. But yeah, obviously you don't want to be sucking moisture through it. And then the outer casing of the motor there, just that's all that is, just a big empty piece of plastic. So it's PA6 30% glass. It's wonder they bothered putting 30% glass in that. I mean, it's surrounded by the exterior of the case. It ain't going anywhere. It's not going to really break once it's in there, is it? They've put a little rubber strip here on the HiKOKI to help stop the air blowing dust and shit down into your tool, which is nice. Unlike the Makita, which is yeah, quite dusty all the way through. So I guess I better put them back together before I forget which parts come off which one, and I'll see you all on another video next week.